In the bustling town of Item, Akwa Ibom, life moved like a river in flood season, fast, colorful, and unstoppable. The market was the heartbeat of the town. From sunrise, traders arranged their goods in long rows, their voices rising and falling in a chorus of calls: fresh tomatoes, smoked fish, clothes for everyone. Children ran between stalls, dodging shoppers and shouting for sweets, while women haggled fiercely over the prices of fabrics. It was a place where anything could be bought, and everyone had a story to tell. Ekemma was one such story. At 23, she was the pride of her widowed mother, Mama Oduak, a hardworking woman known far and wide for her golden puff-puff and her unwavering spirit. Ekemma had the kind of beauty that stopped people in their tracks: smooth dark skin, expressive eyes that shone with curiosity, and hair like midnight silk styled in neat braids that swayed as she walked. She was known in the community not only for her looks but for her intelligence, her laughter that could brighten any room, and her kindness toward the elderly and children alike. Yet, for all her charm, Ekemma had a flaw that would ultimately seal her fate: she never listened to warnings. When elders spoke of danger, illness, or superstition, she would laugh them off. "Mama, these are old stories," she would say with a confident smile. "Nothing bad will happen. I am careful." And so, she lived freely, often brushing aside advice that might have saved her life. On one fateful Saturday, the market was particularly lively. Traders shouted louder than usual, and the smell of fresh palm oil and roasted yam mixed with the scent of new fabrics. Ekemma had been saving her money for weeks. She longed for something special, something beautiful she could wear to the upcoming cultural festival. Her heart raced as she navigated the crowded stalls, scanning for fabrics that seemed to call her name. Then she saw it, a blouse unlike any she had ever seen. Bright red, with intricate golden patterns woven into the fabric, soft as silk, and almost glowing under the sun. The price tag read 2,500 Nigerian nairas, far lower than what she expected for such quality. Her eyes widened with delight, and she approached the seller, a middle-aged woman whose smile seemed too eager. "This blouse is perfect for you, my dear," the woman said, her eyes darting nervously. "It will bring you beauty and confidence." Ekemma did not notice the unease in the woman's eyes. She did not ask questions. She did not bargain. She simply handed over the money, clutched the blouse tightly, and hurried home with a joy that made her heart pound. She could already imagine how proud she would look at the festival, how envious the other women would be. When she arrived home, Mama Oduak's eyes immediately fell upon the blouse. She frowned, her motherly instinct screaming warnings. "Ekemma, my child, you must wash this cloth before you wear it," she said gently. "You do not know whose hands touched it. You cannot know if it carries sickness or chemicals. You do not know if rats or mold touched it in the warehouse or during transport." Ekemma laughed, tossing her hair back confidently. "Mama, it is brand new. It looks clean, doesn't it? Nothing will happen. I just want to try it on." She could not wait. The excitement in her veins was overwhelming. She slipped into her room, pulled off her old blouse, and slid the new one over her head. The fabric hugged her skin beautifully. She twirled in front of the mirror, marveling at how the sunlight made the gold patterns glint. "I look like a queen," she whispered to herself, smiling. But almost immediately, a small itch appeared on her shoulder. She scratched absent-mindedly, thinking it was nothing. But within seconds, the itch turned into a burning sensation. A prickling heat spread across her back and chest. At first, she tried to ignore it. She even laughed nervously. Maybe it's just the heat." But the burning intensified. Her chest felt tight, her breathing became labored, and her heartbeat thumped violently in her ears. Panic crept in. "Mama! Mama!" she screamed. Mama Oduak rushed in and gasped. Her daughter's skin was turning red, blotchy, and raised with strange patches. "Remove it," "Remove the cloth," she shouted. They tore the blouse off, but the damage had already begun. Ekemma collapsed onto the bed, writhing in pain. Her mother held her tightly, praying desperately, tears streaming down her cheeks. They rushed Ekemma to the local health center. The nurses examined her frantically, taking her temperature and checking her vitals. Her skin was inflamed, her breathing shallow, and strange swelling appeared on her neck and chest. None of the doctors could understand what was happening. "Did she eat anything unusual?" one asked. "Did she touch poison?" Her mother whispered the truth. She only wore a new blouse, without washing it. The nurses exchanged uneasy glances. One muttered, "This is not ordinary. Something in that cloth, chemicals, contamination, it has entered her bloodstream." By nightfall, Ekemma's condition worsened. She shivered violently, then her body grew extremely hot, then weak beyond belief. The doctors tried every remedy they knew, intravenous fluids, medications, cooling treatments, but nothing worked. She was slipping away faster than anyone could comprehend. As Ekemma lay in bed, barely able to lift her head, she whispered weakly to her mother, "Mama, I should have listened. I'm sorry." Her mother wept, holding her hand and praying with all her heart. But it was too late. Before the dawn, Ekemma took her last breath. The young woman who had brought so much joy and laughter to everyone around her was gone. The news spread across Akwa Ibom like wildfire. People were stunned. How could a simple blouse take a life? The elders shook their heads knowingly. "In our time," they said, "we washed everything before it touched our skin. Not because we were primitive, but because we understood danger the eyes cannot see." Investigations revealed the horrifying truth. The market woman had been selling clothes from a contaminated warehouse. Rats had infested the place, leaving droppings that soaked into the fabrics. Mold had grown on the stored garments, and strong industrial chemicals were sprayed over them to hide the odor. Many who had worn the clothes without washing experienced rashes, sickness, and in some cases, death. Ekemma's blouse was the worst of the batch. Washing it might have saved her, but she had been too excited, too impatient to follow her mother's advice. The tragedy became a warning to everyone. Mothers told their children about Ekemma. Market sellers began washing garments before sale. Posters were placed across towns, reading, "Wash new clothes before wearing. Your life may depend on it." Even years later, when children in schools were taught lessons about caution and hygiene, Ekemma's story was told as a chilling reminder. Ekemma's death became a symbol of the unseen dangers that surround everyday life. Her story reminded people that beauty and excitement mean nothing if they blind you to wisdom. That thrill of owning something new is not worth a life lost. And that the advice of elders, rooted in generations of experience, is not to be ignored. Today, whenever someone is about to wear a new garment, the elders of Item Market whisper the same words: "Never wear new clothes before washing them. You never know what is hiding inside." It is a lesson born of tragedy, but one that continues to save lives. And so, the memory of Ekemma lives on, not just in grief, but in the lives that were spared because her story became a warning. A warning that in a world full of unseen dangers, even the simplest precautions can mean the difference between life and death. Remember this: before the fabric touches your skin, let water cleanse it. Never wear new clothes without washing them first. The price of impatience may be more than you can bear. Did you enjoy this story? Please subscribe and stay with us. We have another beautiful story coming your way. Thank you so much for watching. And where are you watching?